What's up guys, TopTierYugioh here, and today we have some duels with post-Maximum Crisis Subterrors. And with Maximum Crisis we have the introduction of a lot of new archetypes and decks, and as well as support for current decks. And so we have the introduction of True Dracos and Dragonic Diagram, which helps True Kings out, as well as we also have new Zodiac support, which is going to be huge. And so today we're looking at some matches against True King Dinosaurs and then True King Kozmos, both of which are going to be very good decks in the next coming meta. And so be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy these matches. And if at any point you're interested in the deck profile, be sure to click up in the top right corner of the screen. The deck profile will be up there as well as in the description. And if you're looking for any other content regarding Subterrors, be sure to check out my channel and subscribe there. That way you're going to be notified when I upload new Subterror content, and there will be more Subterror content. So with that out the way, let's go ahead and get into these games, and at the end of this, we're going to talk about the matchups more in depth. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed those games. And as you saw, the True King Kozmo matchup is very different from the True King Dinosaur matchup. Kozmos are much more linear and they have a much lower ceiling in that they have to sort of funnel all of their plays through the pilots and the ships. You need to summon a pilot and then banish that to summon a ship, or you need to get a ship destroyed, banish it to summon a pilot, and vice versa. It sort of cycles. And because your plays are very linear, it allows you to disrupt them with Fiendess and your other traps, such as your Solemn cards, or whatever sort of destruction or disruption you do have. And so that makes that matchup a little bit easier, especially when you can predict it, because if you have a Fiendess in hand against the pilot, you can literally just summon any Subterror monster like a Nemesis Warrior or Nemesis Archer, and if you have the Fiendess in hand, you're going to be able to negate the tag out, and you're going to have them in a very rough position after that. And so just controlling the tempo against Kozmos can give you the upper hand. Now once they already establish a board, it can be very hard to deal with though, because their monsters can't be targeted or destroyed, and so a monster like Dark Destroyer, it's very hard to out without going into like Utopia the Lightning, but of course they're not going to let you just do that very easily. And even a monster like Forerunner, it can't be targeted, so Umatrix, which normally would be your out the monsters, won't work anymore, and you'll have to maybe crash a Stalagmo, but then their monster will float, but yours does not, so that really puts you in a tough spot. So once they establish a board, it can be difficult to play around, but if you can keep them from making a board, you have a very good chance at winning. Now, True King Dinosaurs are a lot different to play against, and that's mainly because they don't have to bottleneck their plays. So they have very many different lines of play that can lead to different results, and it makes it hard for you to stop them with one or two forms of negation. So just having a single Fiendess or a single trap or a single Ghost Dash or something sometimes just doesn't get the job done, and it's hard to know when to use those effects. So like they generally have like their dinosaur play, like they can summon an Oviraptor, search something, and then start their plays that way, especially if they have Lost World. But then they also have their True King plays, so if they have some baby dinosaurs in their hand, then Lithosagem, they can start some plays that way as well. And it's very hard to stop both of those plays. If they have something like an Instant Fusion or some other extender with that as well, then it's definitely going to be impossible to stop that. And then because once they do get going, they can make boards that are so hard to beat, such as summoning Lagia, Dolka, Ultimate Conductor, Tyranno, or Ultimate Tyranno, whatever it's called. That can be very hard to play around, and it's also really important to note that it does not flip the monsters when it attacks them, so it can attack a face down defense monster and it will send that monster to the graveyard without flipping it by its own effect, which means you won't get any of your flip effects if they do. It can also attack all of your monsters, so even if they attack into an archer and you special summon a different monster, it can attack that monster as well, so you want to make sure to summon your behemoths and face up at defense, but then doing that keeps you from getting their effects in general, and so that really puts you in a tough spot. So again, the True King Dinosaur matchup is a lot harder than the True King Kozmo one. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and analysis. Again, the deck profile is going to be in the top right corner of the screen as well as in the description. If you're looking for more Subterror content, there's a lot more on my channel with more to come in the future. But in general, if you're trying to improve your game, you're trying to get better at Yu-Gi-Oh!, my channel Top Tier Yu-Gi-Oh! Is for you. Be sure to subscribe and click the little bell so that you're notified when I upload new content, because I'm always trying to improve myself, improve my content, and then help you guys improve as well. And the best way for me to do that is through online video. And now if you need help or want help on a more personal level, be sure to check me out on social media as well. I am available on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and DuelAmino. Any of those work, just shoot me a message whenever you want, and we can talk about whatever deck you'd like to talk about, maybe some changes, maybe just tournament strategies or whatever. I've got a lot of knowledge and information about this game, and I'm always willing to share it. So thanks a lot guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.
Those cerulean tides, Sapphire.